Greetings and salutations, my fellow Tekken fans. Today, I'd like to discuss 10-hit combos. Are 10-hit combos good for the game? I believe their continued existence deserves to be questioned, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We will be going over their function, how to stop them, and how to evolve them in modern Tekken. Let's begin, shall we? 10-hit combos were introduced in Tekken 1. They are a continuous series of attacks that show your character moving around in perhaps ways they normally would not. They're almost cinematic to some extent, possibly the closest thing Tekken has had to a super attack in a casual setting. That is until Tekken 7 introduced Rage Arts. Let's take a little trip down memory lane. As you can see here, even in the earliest renditions of the 10-hit combos, you could see things like Lei's athleticism and Yoshimitsu's deadly sword play. And as we move into Tekken 3, we see Jin switching between his mother and his grandfather's style of fighting. Very, very expressive. However, in Tekken 4, most of the 10-hit combos were just carried over from the old games, so they weren't really prioritized, but that game had amazing stages and interesting character arcs, and all it made up for the lack of, impressive 10-hit combos. But in Tekken 5, we see Raven with impressive teleportation and very, very interesting and cinematic and expressive attacks in his 10-hit combos, and Lily and Armor King have fairly visually impressive additions as well. So the further they get, the better the 10-hit combos seem. As we get into Tekken 6, we have Lars and Alisara redefining what 10 hits are. They literally fully embody borderline cutscenes at this point. You may have your gripes with these two characters, but you can't deny these 10 hits look spectacular and borderline like super moves. With the addition of Rage Arts, the team had no further incentive to really try too hard in innovating in the 10-hit combos, but the 10-hit combos we got in Tekken 7 still weren't too bad. Noctis kind of stands out a bit. He uses his entire arsenal, and Lucky Chloe is flapping and jumping around in very, pretty interesting ways. But as you can see, 10 hits aren't much of a priority to the developers, as they rarely ever refine them. They've pretty much only been kind of taking them away from the characters. Unless a character is making like a re-entry like Armor King in Tekken 5, they never care to update or modify the 10-hit combos. We also have unblockables in Tekken that add a pretty nice visual flair. However, they seldom ever hit their opponent because even the most novice of players can evade it. 10 hits were more likely to catch an opponent off guard, and it looks pretty good from a spectator's point of view. Summon and grabs lead into unblockables, full combos, wall breaks, mix-ups, and they can also be used to extend strings on certain characters' key moves. For example, Law can extend his down forward 1 string into a low for a nice little unexpected round ender. Fang can cover his 10 frame counter hit string with his 10 hit combo. And in the past, you could get like 2 hits into the 10 hit combo and you could still get a combo afterwards, like a full. It was crazy, but they nerfed it. And Armor King has his 10-hit combo from an extension from his down forward 2, which is minus 12 on block. So if Armor King isn't sure you're gonna block and punish him at minus 12, he may just do the second hit to cover the first hit. There are a handful of 10-hit combos that might catch intermediate players by surprise. Matter of fact, in the past, Nina had one of the deadliest 10-hit combos in the game, since it ended in a goddamn launcher. Luckily, they removed that travesty from the game. Then we have Yoshi, who enters the fold with an array of mids and highs, which seem pretty useless. However, his last 3 hits end in speedy unblockables. So if you're just idly blocking and not aware to crouch and interrupt, Yoshi will catch you in his 10-hit string. And we have a few other characters like Zafina or Jack, where if they catch you in around the 7th or 6th strike or so, all the rest of the hits are guaranteed. But most of them only have one 10-hit combo, and since the attack that's a low is so late in the string, you most likely will recognize it after 1 or 2 times of seeing it. So while they are beautiful, these 10-hit combos, they eventually just fall off of use because they become easily counterable. Most of the time, all you have to do is literally hold back and you block the entire 10-hit string. They don't really serve much purpose unless you're fighting a masher for pretty much 90% of the characters. So where does this leave this mechanic, this 10-hit combo? Should it remain in the game, or should they just get rid of it altogether? I believe the solution is Geese. Instead of having a 10-hit combo he can do whenever he wants, Geese can choose between doing his easy mode Rage Art or Deadly Rave, a 10-hit string that essentially is another super move with added reward. If you don't misinput the string, you get a stronger super than your Rage Art, but you have the risk of dropping it and allowing the enemy to survive, and wasting your rage. It rewards character loyalty just a bit, because memorizing a 10-hit isn't necessarily difficult, but the risk of losing damage will make only the most confident players go for the 10-hit Rage Drive versus the 1-button Rage Art. This solution allows the characters to retain their amazing animation, but removes the knowledge check guessing game that comes along with 10 strings, evolving an old mechanic into something new, and hopefully will lead to new and improved 10 strings for the legacy characters to match what some of the newer editions have. But it's only a dream. It's only a dream. With Tekken 8, who knows the possibilities of the engine and the systems that the PlayStation 5 can produce. But what do you guys think of my idea? Do you guys think 10 hits should remain? Should they go? Or should they change? Comment down below and share your opinion with me. But that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed yourself or you learned something, like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.